The Academic Success Program, they provide resources such as extra books and tutoring and workshops. They were very helpful my first year. Switching from studying as a science student to a law student was very challenging for me. So I went to a lot of their workshops on outlining, reading cases, studying, how to actually read. And I thought I knew how. No, it's different in law school. So a lot of their programs were structured towards first years and making sure that they adjust to law school, the workload, how much time you should be studying, how much time you should be putting into work outside of the classroom. So it was very helpful. And then they also had tutors that would, or like TAs for each section that you could go to weekly and ask questions if you were not too sure you want to go to the professor's office hours. You could kind of take baby steps and ease your way in.
The USD resources, to be honest, I don't think I would have probably succeeded as well as I did my first semester of law school. Because you have no idea, when you're coming in, you have no idea what to expect. So these resources, of how to create an outline, how to, take notes properly in a first, law class it was so imperative for me to kind of figure out like, okay, what works for me, what doesn't work for me. And those resources kind of helped guided me to, a pathway.
Why should you pick USD? I think you'll find that USD is it's cliche, but it's the perfect climate. Not only the weather, so a lot of people might study in the library, but there's a lot of other places on campus to study that are just as effective to actually being out and about and keeping your sanity during all the time that you will be studying, and seeing all these different people from different walks of life, whether they're older, diverse, whatever it may be. I found that here at USD. I found everything that I'm looking for, whether it was in a student group, an alumni group, whatever it may be. USD had something for everyone.
I chose USD because of their Children's Advocacy Institute. I really want to work with kids, so that was like a #1 thing. So Children's Advocacy Institute basically, it kind of leads your pathway into working with kids. So I'm hoping to work at their delinquency clinic, and that is in conjunction with the public defenders. And so you're able to actually represent kids who are currently in the system. So it's a really, really cool opportunity.
The legal clinics are part class, part work. So it's an experiential experience, I guess, or a class where you go to lecture and you also have case rounds. So the first part of lecture, the teacher is teaching you the substantive law. You're learning about different things that's going on regarding that particular area. And then the second part is case round. So as a student intern, you have your own caseload. And so you update and you discuss issues with your teammates and the professor to get solutions to move forward in your case.
The delinquency clinic is basically you work with the public defenders and you're able to work with kids. So if a kid has got a misdemeanor, he's a 17-year-old kid who has a misdemeanor, you're able to actually go meet with him, and say, hey, I'm going to represent you in front of the judge, and then you're able to kind of work out that situation with that child.
These are individuals that are low income mostly. We do have a financial qualification, so it's mostly for low-income individuals seeking legal help, and they come to the clinic or refer to us, and then they're assigned to each clinic. So there's a women's clinic, veterans clinic, entrepreneurship clinic, education disability clinic, state tax, federal tax. So we offer a lot of clinics for a lot of areas to help a lot of people.
I actually want to do criminal law, so I want to work with kids. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out, what side do I want to work? Do I want to prosecute child-related crimes, or do I actually want to help and advocate for kids who are in the system currently? So I think it's such a unique kind of system to figure out which route you really want to go into.
As far as collaboration goes, the students and the faculty are ultimately just looking to help each other out, whether it's study groups, academic fellows, the Academic Success Office. All these different programs are in place to help each student succeed in whatever capacity they need. So I think ultimately the collaboration between everyone just makes it a fun environment during all this challenging times of actually being in law school.
I think, you know, they give you a lot of resources to figure out those type of opportunities. And I think that's what's really great about USD is how many resources they have. Because I'm a first generation law student, so I had no idea coming into law school. I was like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know anything. So it's really nice to come to USD. And they're like, here's all your resources. Here's all your externships, your internships, you know, just apply.
Well, I am a representative for the Employment and Labor Law Society, but also involved. I basically joined every single group because I didn't know what practice I wanted to necessarily go into. But I'm also part of La Raza and the Middle Eastern Labor Law Society, or Middle Eastern Society Law Student Association, I think, is MELSA, because I am mixed race. And so having two groups that I can kind of go to where people from my cultural background kind of hang out and have other alumni that they're connected with can help me get a better perspective of what I'm going through.
Well, with law school, you actually have to attend classes in comparison to, you know, college. And you actually have to really show up and be ready to really fully engage and listen. And I think that was such a different experience from college for me personally, you know, because you have this giant lecture hall of like 300 kids. In USD, your 1L, you're usually about 60 kids, and they're cold calling you, and you have to be on top of that material. So very, very different from college.
What advice would I give to an incoming student? It's going to be hard. Law school is a challenge, and you're going to spend a lot of time studying, and that's important. But for me, I think grades ultimately will open doors, but they're temporary. And I think the memories that you create during law school, whether it is networking, having friends, getting involved, that is going to be a long-term, lasting relationship that is going to be past just the grades.
I really believe if you're a first generation law student, I think USD is such a great school to come to because of the resources that they provide you, as well as the support that they provide you here. So I think that's really important to consider.
I'm part of a bunch of different study groups for different classes, and I know if for whatever reason I miss a class, I can count on someone willing to just share their notes. There's no hiding things. There's no sabotaging. Everyone here is just looking to be helpful, successful, and ultimately help each other in whatever field they want to go into.
USD has a lot of great organizations outside of the classroom, which I really, really recommend. I'm currently the 1L representative for Criminal Law Society. So we host various events pertaining to criminal law. We actually just had a mentor mixer with different prosecutors and defense attorneys, so really great opportunities here to get involved.
I do think choosing USD was the right law school for me because of the location, the weather, and the people. So when I did come to the school to do the tour, they were very welcoming and again introduced me to all the programs that they had offered, and especially the legal clinics. So I felt like it was a collaborative environment and it would be somewhere that I could learn and succeed.